Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Johnson, Shackelford, Nevins, Secker, Lawrence, Anderson, Bergin and Roberts. We're looking at 1991's Sleeping with the Enemy.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of 100 Things We Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts, my name's Planty, and I wish I was sleeping.
And I'm the other guy, and I practically am.
John, you are freshly back from holiday. How are you?
I'm alright, mate. All Greek now. All yogurt and yogurt for
honey,
me.
yogurt, honey, and those massive... I don't know what a fruit is. Just some fruit, massive fruit, a peach. Always remember massive peaches in Greece.
Yeah, I don't have any of them.
Millions of peaches.
I just remember the drink. Oh, I don't remember the drink. In some cases.
Ouzo.
Who's it?
And that fucking brandy, Metaxa or whatever that's called.
Oh, I never touched it. No, I can't.
Mate, it's
do brandy.
brutal. Yeah, it's absolutely brutal.
But no, it was good, mate. Thank you for asking. What about you? You were travelling your local scene, weren't you?
Yeah, we've just done a kind of like a staycation. We got a poorly cat, so we had to take him to the vets. He's going to have to go and get his teeth checked this week, which is going to cost us a few £100. So patrons, if you want to throw us a bit more money, that would be really nice. That would be really good. Not so we can continue the podcast, but so we don't have to have my cat's teeth out.
Just for the cat tax. Just for the cat tax.
Just the pussy tax. It's the pussy tax. Right, yeah, well, look, we're back after a couple of weeks off, and we are talking about what, John?
We're looking at Sleeping with the Enemy from 1991. What a year.
Sleeping with the Enemy. Any previous relationship with this film at all?
No, because there was a lot going on. It was because a lot of these sort of single white female things came out all at the one time, didn't there? There was loads of them, but I just remember Patrick Bergin being a menacing mother fudger.
Whoa! I mean, he's got the overacting.
Oh, he's really
like
good at
nothing else. Yeah. How he wasn't a bigger star, I have no idea.
Yeah, and he can rock an overcoat as well. That is...
he rocks a couple of things. I'm sure we'll come to. What else could we have been talking about in 91?
So back in the day, I just noticed this. I've never seen it before. There's a film called Dead Space. What's it? Beastmaster in it. Mark Singer.
Oh right, okay.
Bryan Cranston in it as well. No, there they are. Helps the scientists fight a metamorphic virus in a space lab. So I'll be watching that at some point.
Right, okay.
We could have been watching. Well, is it the Fisher King?
Just out for me.
Long, isn't it? Backdraft.
Backdraft's good.
Yeah. Omen 4, which I never even know.
We had this discussion the other day. Me and Rachel. I've never seen any of the follow-up Omen films. We watched that new one recently. You know, the new one. It's on the first Omen or whatever it's called.
Yes.
It's on Disney Plus. It's fucking brutal. It's the biggest load of shit that I've seen in ages.
Leave it alone.
It's got Finchy from The Office with an Irish accent, and at no point does he try and throw his shoe over a pub.
What else we got? Basket Case 3.
Oh, excellent.
Drop Dead Fred.
Oh, previous episode.
Yeah, it was indeed. Other previous episode we had was The Commitments.
Oh, wow. Right, okay.
Yeah, 1981, what a year. And The People Under the Stairs.
Oh, People Under the Stairs I remember quite fondly. Well, fondly,
I know what you mean. It's a Pet Sematary one, that one, wasn't it?
I bet it's rotten, in it. I bet it's absolute dog shit.
But at the time it was like, dark. That was good. So
fantastic.
That was 1991 in a nutshell.
1991. If you like what we do, listeners, follow us on our socials. Go to 100thingswelearnedfromfilm.co.uk to find all of our links. Or you can give us a quid. We'll give you a shout out every episode and allow you the chance to pick an episode at some point in the future. That's just one of your British pounds sterling or whatever your currency is, and that's at patreon.com/100things or on the aforementioned link. Right.
Oh, just a special mention, sorry. I just noticed this film at the very end. I didn't pick up on it before. Fart the movie.
Fart the movie?
Fart, F-A-R-T.
Fart
yep,
the movie?
Fart the movie, yep.
You're making that up.
Nah.
That's not a film.
No, it's definitely a film.
1991 can fuck off. Who's in that?
It was doing so well as well. Kim DeLeggio, Kesha, Joe Weiss. I don't know any
Nobody.
Nah,
Nobody.
It's like an Ernest Goes to Jail thing, that, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking hell. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest goes somewhere cheap.
Aye.
Absolutely. Right. Look, so, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the film. We're going to talk about pretty much every element of every scene and try and come up with some things that we've learned. See if we get to 100 things now. Trigger warning on this one. It is a film about a coercive relationship and an abusive relationship. So if you don't like that kind of thing, then you might want to turn off. We won't take the piss out of that, but we will try and make the film seem a little bit more fun than it is. Further trigger warning, there's a 90s moustache in this film too.
Magnum PI all the way. Magnum PI.
Nice. In fact, there's two 90s moustaches. There's a 90s fake moustache coming up as well.
So right.
Which, yes, interesting. Right. Okay. So, let's start. It opens its 20th Century Fox and a Joseph Ruben film. Joseph Ruben, John, any seen any of his?
Money Train and
Money Train,
White Man Can't Jump.
Man.
Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson.
Money Train's rubbish. White Man Can't Jump's brilliant.
Actually, it's basically the only reason that I'm thinking about it because we've both got the same actors. But no, he did Money Train. But for some reason, I keep thinking he done White Man Can't Jump, which is a far superior film.
Because it's the same people. That's why. He did that Terry O'Quinn Stepfather film, which I really quite like.
Oh yeah,
the Stepfather.
The original one, not the remake.
That remake was shocking. We watched that a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's bad.
Nah, I had high hopes for it.
Yeah, he also did the Dreamscapes film with
with
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah,
which we did as a previous episode on Hallmark of Greatness. That was a lot of fun.
The producer Leonard Goldberg. The only reason I remember it is because I recently stupidly watched Charlie's Angels, but I stupidly watched the reboot, right? And it's
the newest one. Yeah, I've seen that. It's pretty bad.
But what makes it worse is it was Leonard Goldberg's last production.
Okay.
So he didn't end on a high, I don't think.
No, but it's all money, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Absolutely. So we open with this gulpocalypse on this fucking beach. It's just, it's like Birdemic 2, isn't it?
It really is.
And Julia Roberts is getting crabs.
It's clamming, right? But I'm looking this up. So I was like, can you eat clams that you find? So clams you find may contain like parasites or shellfish toxins that, if digested, can cause death.
Oh.
So don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's Mr. Flash would tell us. Is this not how all those immigrants died in Morecambe Bay? Clamming that year. I'm sure that's what
making their own clam
R.I.P.
chowder.
those lads. Yeah. She's Laura, and here comes Martin, her husband. Right now, she's got a real girl next door look, and he looks like the bloke out of Sparks.
It really does, doesn't he? She's walking down that beach, sand flying everywhere, but he still rocks that bloody overcoat.
He's got to work, even though they're on holiday or something. He tells her he's missed her and kisses her hand. He's the perfect husband? ?
Mm-hmm.
That night, they are getting ready for a party, and he suggests she wears the black backless dress. She says, but it's backless and it could be chilly. We kind of smash cut to the party. She's wearing it.
She's wearing it.
Okay.
Sets a tone.
The music at this party, John, I Just Want to Be Close to You by Maxi Priest. Took you back, didn't it?
It did. Do you know what? There's a couple of bits of music in here. Obviously Glasgow as well. And I just didn't touch it because I knew you're always all over.
Yeah, you know I like the music.
The
music ones are easy wins. It's off of his 5th album, Bonafide. 5th album, John. I assumed Jesus. Maxi Priest was a one-hit wonder.
So did I.
It was big everywhere. 26 in Ireland, 9 in the stupid sexy Flanders Ultra Pop, 6 in Canada. 4 where, John?
The Netherlands.
Oh, it's much better. It's back. And number 2 in the Thomas Brolin Top 40 in Sweden. I might have just made that one up. Further fact, not actually a priest.
What?
Why, John? Why was Maxi lie to us?
Jesus.
Maxi Priest? Maxi Pad, more like. I don't know.
We'll come back to that later.
Oh, right. Oh, nice. They head back to the house and he puts on what I always think of since this as sexual assault music.
It is really bad, isn't it?
It's Bertolt's Symphonie Fantastique. It's not that fantastique, in my opinion.
I don't like it.
Written by Hector Berlioz in 1830, and the first performance was at the Paris Conservatoire in I've been doing my Duolingo, John. On the 5th of December 1830. It was just a tad too early to chart, that one.
Oh.
So I don't know how it got on into Netherlands, that one, I'm afraid. She's getting some strawberries out the fridge and he just fucking grabs her, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Like, and the strawberries fall out. These strawberries are massive as well.
They look good as
must
well.
Have been deer. They must have been deer. I just thought,
that's
I'll just have the strawberries.
That's Waitrose, yeah.
From Booths. I'll just have the strawberries, thanks, pal. The next morning, he's doing this Patrick Bateman-style workout on this climber machine.
This is where the Maxi comes in. I can buy one of these. It's a Maxi Climber, vertical climbing cardio exercise machine that you can get for Amazon for $119, big man.
Is that all it is? Mate, I might get one of those because it looked like a proper fucking workout.
Oh, he was going for it, wasn't it? You want to look like a Maxi Pad?
It's either that or Maxi Priest, and I couldn't tell you what he looks like.
Yeah.
I assume he's got dreadlocks. Who knows? He's doing this workout in his pants, right? And no one needs to see me doing that. Watch that blubber fly, do they? You know what I mean? But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I almost expected him to start talking about washing his face with a non-alcohol soap.
No, you did, didn't you? He's just got that look about him, isn't he?
After his workout, he heads and brings Laura to the bathroom and says something isn't right. There's one towel slightly longer than the rack on the other. She apologises and thanks him for pointing it out. She heads to the kitchen to make sure all the tins are turned label out because, I don't know, apparently she's got a history of working in a shop. Corn, haven't had that in a while.
Used to work in Quicksave.
It's Prestos. Second reference in Prestos in a month. There you go. The cans she sorts are called Blue Crab Bay Co. Clams for chowder.
I got that, yeah.
I had to pause it to get it, but thankfully 4K. So it's all right. It's still a company, John, founded in 1985. Their website sells seafood seasonings, including clam fritter mix for $5.50 a packet, and a blue crab chowder bowl for $21.99.
Clam chowder mix.
It's pronounced chowder, Frenchie. Chowder. Martin arrives and asks what's for dinner. She's got this full menu for him, and he heads out to the jetty and speaks to this chap with a yacht. This is the point where I realised I really can't spell the word yacht on my notes. He's rented next door. Do you mean I'm a gay? No.
He's in something, that guy, isn't he? He's in like one of the enforcer.
Mate, he's not in this.
Oh, no. I know.
3 lines.
Jesus.
One of which includes, Martin, grab the fucking hold or whatever it's called. The jib.
Grab the jib, aye.
The jib.
More about that later.
I don't like the cut of his jib. Martin says he loves boats. This guy suggests the house is the best in Cape Cod. He's up from Boston, a neurologist from Mass U. And he's seen Laura staring down at him. Martin wants a boat, but he can't have one because Laura can't swim. So she
I was
refuses
going
to
to say
go.
that. See, when he was talking about obviously how long dinner, I was like, man, wait to throw her under the. Throw her
Thinking
under the bus.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Or under the boat in this case.
like she's fucking looking at
Some weirdo,
flowers in the attic.
Rapunzel come down. Aye, that's it. Like your fucking dick, man. That house as well, apparently that house was built from scratch. It's not
Absolutely. It was built on the back of another house. I've got that as well somewhere in these notes. But yeah, the owner suggests going up the coast with them later on that night. Mass U is Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. It's a teaching hospital, the world's largest hospital-based research program, with an annual research budget of more than $1.2 billion.
Bloody hell.
He says, putting his little finger to his face.
I know.
It is the third oldest general hospital in the United States. The second oldest being that TV show, General
Hospital. I knew you were going to say that.
Possibly. Back in the house, Martin demands to know from Laura why she let the doctor in. Like, he's blatantly not been in. He's just looked at it and gone, that fucking house is lush. You can tell from a mile off. It's this modern kind of glass and concrete thing. It looks fantastic. How does he know about the house, and how does he know that she's been staring down at her? She says he's not been in, there's no way. And he just fucking belts her. He absolutely twats her across the floor. You know, she's only little, but, you know, still. When he eventually helps her up, he suggests that they go on the boat that night. I'll be right there with you, princess. He leaves and heads into town, leaving her to clean up the mess that he's just caused.
Aye.
We see her walking on the beach, and she takes a stone and she chucks it to smash these bulbs in the lights along the beach.
Yep.
And you're kind of like, okay, so that's how she copes with being knocked about a bit. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Either that, or you can take the girl out of Glasgow, but you
That's right. Later, Martin comes back. He's bought her a gift as an apology, and it's this red slip type thing, isn't it? It's like, he puts it on her, undresses her, puts it on her, and then it's another kind of semi-brutal sex scene. And it's now at this point I'm regretting picking this film as an episode. They're eating dinner. She explains her job at the library could go another couple of days. He refuses. He doesn't want any late dinners. And she's like, you've never had a late dinner since we got together. He says, no, at my mother's funeral. But I had to sneak away because I know you wouldn't let me go. And he's like, yeah, you're just trying to cause a fight so you don't have to go on this boat. And I was like, okay. Yeah. He suggests they'll talk after they've been sailing. So the house, John, the exterior was a facade built at the Shell Island Resort in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. That's what I got for that. And it was there somewhere.
Yeah, good.
On the boat, a storm heads in. He mentions it's a schooner at some point, doesn't he? I think the guy says, "Oh, you know,
drinking."
A schooner is a sailboat, you dumb fuck.
I couldn't drink a full one.
She's, I kind of as it was kind of lurching around, and the sail comes loose. From this thing. They're getting absolutely piss wet through, and I've written here, because it's the first I've seen it in so long, I've written here was on my first set of notes, is she about to get Natalie Wooded here?
Aye. Aye.
Which of these two are going to knock her into the water? But it doesn't go that way. Martin falls in as the boat lurches. Yep. The doctor helps him back onto the boat, but when he gets back, he sees that Laura's gone. She can't swim! She can't swim! He yells for her. Boy, does he fucking yell for her. And they fire up a flare, but she's nowhere. Yeah.
I've got a couple of terms here. To come about is to turn the ship through into the wind's opposite tracks. I don't know what that means. And the jib is a sail to the front of the boat. It does a lot of things, but it increases speed and improves handling of the boat. So the jib's a sail. And 3 sheets to the wind. Somebody told me what that means. But it's basically a boat term as well. We think it's getting drunk. It's not a fact.
I always think it's a thing. Yeah, I always think you use when it's talking about getting drunk. Show me the way to go home. On the Coast Guard's boat, sometime later, they fish out like a lifeboat, like a life floaty coat, don't they? Back in the house, Martin throws an ornament through a window and screams into the night, "Stella!"
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I mean, Laura.
Oh, too funny.
We're at Laura's funeral, right? And it's not in some graveyard, it's on some cliff, which seems a bit of a cheek considering she couldn't swim and she drowned at sea.
She drowned, I know.
Like, come on, mate. I mean, I get that you're a prick in life, but let her have a bit of peace and death, please. Yeah. Or did she? Boom, boom, boom. We rewind to the night, and as he's screaming, she's on the buoy, the boy, in the pissing rain.
Yeah, boy!
All that time, she'd been taking swimming lessons.
Yep.
She swims back to the beach and aims for the broken lights.
Clever girl.
She makes it. You sounded a little bit like him there.
I tried. How's it going for my first proper impersonation?
She makes her way back to the house where she's hidden a bag with clothes, cash, and a bus ticket.
Yep.
She cuts her hair off and puts this Uma Thurman Mia Wallace wig on.
It does.
Just spit. And then flushes her wedding ring down the toilet. And indeed any chances of getting away.
Aye, silly
But,
move.
yeah, we'll come to that.
Longest swim. I've got longest swim for you.
Oh, good.
So longest swim in open water was done by Sarah Thomas. She swam 168.3 kilometres, which is 104 miles, and she done it in 67 hours in August 2017.
Oh, take that, David Williams, you
There you go.
twat.
No,
You
swimming through all that
unfunny
shit.
prick. According to missingpeople.org, after 7 years in the UK, a court may allow a missing person's affairs to be dealt with, provided that there are persons who would be likely to have heard of the missing person during that period. Those persons have not heard from the missing person, and reasonable attempts have been made to find said missing person. Whereas this appears to have just been like 7 hours or something.
Pretty much, it was like,
How fucking quick it's done.
Stella. All right,
There's some
okay.
real time disparities in this. Like, I absolutely feel like the funeral thing should have happened well into her time
Aye,
in
yeah,
that place.
yeah.
You know, because I think by the time he kind of comes back and gets it, she's got this job, and I think she's maybe been there, let's say 6 months. Maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
But this happens like in the like between the scenes of her on the bus.
Yeah. But
So it's literally just 24 hours, and they've had a funeral for her.
But if they say to the director, he'll probably say, yeah, but she cut her hair. But then when she arrived, but I think she had long hair again, so that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they bury in that in the casket? Was it the floaty coat and the hair that she'd cut off?
Aye, and they probably found Jack for the Titanic out there as well, so just flung him in.
Just a fucking door.
With a cat flap.
No wonder they couldn't fit him on the door. The cat flap was the bit
Exactly.
that kept sinking. Yeah. A film we'll never do, by the way. It's just too long.
It's too
just
long.
Aye.
It's too soon. Too soon.
It's been 84 years. We know she's been on this boat for this bus, by the way, for a while because she falls asleep on a man's shoulder. If that was me, I'd just be drooling all over it.
I know.
This woman, by the way, it's night again. This woman gives her this fucking white apple. Looks like something out of a fucking horror film.
It looks
doesn't
like a cooking apple, doesn't it? I'm like, that doesn't look right. That's not right.
Yeah, a white apple. White transparent or Malus domatisca. You can buy a young tree for £26.50 from keepersnursery.co.uk.
Good to know. Good to know.
Absolutely. John, if you want swimming lessons at the Peak in Stirling, £30 a month for 48 lessons in the calendar year. That averages out £7.50 a lesson.
That's all right, actually.
There you go. And you can do that after you've been curling. And then once you've done that, you can go and curl one out.
I was going to say, you honestly preempt my jokes, didn't you?
It's just shit patter. That's
Yours are scripted.
I know, that's the worst thing. I've fucking written these. Laura explains that she's heading to see her mum, who's blind and sick, and that she's been away for a while visiting a friend who's in a horrible relationship but escaped. And the woman's like, oh, but how did she escape? Oh, she did this and she did that. We know, we were literally there 5 minutes ago. Stop just trying to pad the run time. You know,
It'd be different if we didn't show the flashback. That'd be a good way of bringing it in, but
Yeah,
that means
yeah,
we didn't need
of
to do it twice.
That's a really good thing, actually. Yeah, don't have her telling the thing and we see it happening. Yeah. You see? John knows.
I should have directed this.
Hollywood. I'm money trained. The bus arrives in Iowa, which I pinned as a 20-hour journey, leaving Massachusetts, passing through New York, Pennsylvania, where Dracula's from, Cleveland, Indiana, Illinois, and then Iowa. What a fucking trip that is, by the way. And you imagine how long that takes on a bus.
Especially with people bloody eating apples all the time.
I assume she must have changed buses 6 times or something. It doesn't strike me as a very...
Nah.
Where are you going? Seattle? Like, take the Cape Cod to Seattle bus.
That's not a thing.
No, it's not. It's not. In fact, it might have been the journey that he does in Sleepless in Seattle. Possibly.
Oh, aye.
Possibly. I don't know where he comes.
If it's road trip where she's getting her toes sucked.
No, that's Austin. That's Austin, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, sorry.
God, see, mistakes like that, John, is how you end. That's right. Is how you end up going halfway across the country. The place she arrives in is buttfuck USA, isn't it? There's some blokes loading a truck with hay bales and kids splashing in a fountain.
It's dairy,
because
isn't it? It's dairy.
Electricity hadn't made it to this town yet. No one had heard of an NES at this point.
God, aye.
She rents this house that looks like it's out of the first 2 Halloween movies.
Yes.
The woman says to her, she says, it's $700 a month. So I looked at that now, $1,679 a month, and the woman wants the first month up front.
Yes,
she didn't have like that bundle. No one's got that bundle of cash. You'd choke a fucking donkey on that, couldn't you? But she just got this little tiny bundle of notes.
Stash? Yeah.
Like the one that White opens up in the case to give to. Average Joe's, doesn't he? Peter. I can assure you something's lost in translation. Maybe they were all hundreds. I don't know.
Maybe. Aye.
Who can say? We've got this cleaning and painting fucking montage. Not even to a proper.
That's a lot of money as well. She's painting everything. She's doing the whole place up.
She does.
Away to Wix and gets her. Must have got a bloody hell of a discount on all that stuff.
Even when it's done, it still looks like somewhere an 80-year-old person died.
Aye. Oh, God, aye.
But she's at least got one of these swingy seats on the porch.
Oh, yeah.
Always like those. Always like those. Get mosquitoed to death, though, wouldn't it?
Do you want to get one in your backyard?
We probably should, mate, but not that. I'd need it reinforced for me. And I'm ripping it out the brickwork or something. After a shower, she sorts the hand towels, but then thinks better of them and messes them up.
Shovels them, yeah.
And I'm like,
stick it to the man.
There's like, I'm not saying like I always leave the tidiest towels or anything.
But you don't leave them.
You don't just screw them up. Come on. Back in Cape Cod, Martin is walking the beach and he notices the lights have been smashed. When he stands on a bit of glass.
Stands on a bit of glass. I'm like, fucking hell, why are you walking a bit of the beach way?
It's not that kind of neighbourhood. You should just be able to do that. Absolutely. She hears this whistling outside. I thought it was Yondu. I thought she was going to get arrowed.
No.
It's terrible whistling. And this guy, Ben, he's singing When You're a Jet, and he's watering the plants. And he spots her staring. When You're a Jet from West Side Story, 1957 musical written by Leonard Bernstein and Stephen Sondheim. Winner of 2 Tony Awards on the stage and 10 Oscars on the screen in 1961.
Jesus.
And the 2021 Spielberg version made $76 million off of a $100 million budget.
Ooh.
Spielberg lost his touch.
That was a labour of love, that, wasn't it? Labour of love.
Yeah, he was desperate to do it for years and years, he said.
Oh, well.
Perhaps not. The cupboards are a mess. Laura's putting shopping away like I do, just fucking hoying it in the cupboard. Yeah. She heads out and is caught scrumping by the singing neighbour. He says, where are you taking those from? She says, I'm just taking a few to make a pie. He says, let's make a deal. And she's like, I don't make deals. And then she drops the apples.
I know. They're not fresh as well.
Off without
Jesus. Remember scrumping? We used to do it over
Yes, absolutely.
Jesus,
still would, given half the chance. He brings apples to the house and introduces himself as Ben. He was singing the Jet song as he directed it at school. He teaches drama at the local college.
Of course he does. Yep.
He looks like it as well, doesn't he?
Like Greg Davies and Man Down.
I was going to hear Craig Davies. I heard Craig David there all over your boink. He offers a...
Sorry, mate.
That's all right.
I was on that in.
He offers a dinner tomorrow. He's making a pot roast. And he says, I'll set 2 places, and if you don't come, I'll be eating pot roast for a week. Because he's got self-control, John. I'd just have 2 pot roast dinners if they're plated. I don't
want to get cold. Just a way of getting cold.
I looked up pot roast because I wasn't sure. It's your meat and your veg all cooked in the same pot. Right. It sounds like your veg is just going to be mush.
Aye, but
my mum's cooked it. Do you know what I mean?
Is it not just a Betty's hot pot for Rover's Return?
No, it's like he puts the roast, like, let's say, I don't know, beef in, and he puts the veggies in the bottom, and the beef then cooks the veggie. But like veggies take 20 minutes to cook, if that.
Aye.
Beef takes fucking 5 hours.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
So it could be shriveled up unless it's full of juice.
Yeah. Just spooning that mush into my mouth.
Yeah. Like RoboCop's baby food.
I was thinking Soylent Green, but okay, yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe RoboCop's coming round.
Give him some mush.
Dead or alive, you're eating with me. Or something. At Martin's office, he receives a call from Vanessa Shelley, this woman offering condolences. She is from the YWCA, where Laura took swimming lessons. He said, "Don't be stupid, she can't swim." Oh no, she couldn't at first, but she became a very good swimmer. And she told the girls she got at the swimming, she got all her bruises from being a gymnast.
Yeah, and then he just...
Brilliant. And he goes into a rage. Now, this is one of his first kind of starry-eyed rages. Like, and his eyebrows go up, and what a fucking really face for this. Yeah, absolutely. I really was scared of this guy, and it's a film from 35 years ago. He goes into a rage and drives back to the house. He goes through a box called Laura's Personal Records. It's a bit on the nose.
I know.
Yeah. Should you not want to get robbed, listeners, maybe don't call a box of important
just
personal records.
Box of shite on the side, that'll do it.
Just
box of baby's nappies.
Collection of fossilised fox shit or something like that. He finds nothing, so he roots through her drawers until he cuts himself on something. You assume like an earring or something like that. Kneeling down near the toilet, and he sees, but only from this angle, the wedding ring at the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, a semi ring.
The YWCA, the Young Women's Christian Association, is a non-profit organisation with focus on empowerment, leadership and rights of women, young women and girls in more than 100 countries, their website tells me. The world office is currently based in Geneva, Switzerland, and the non-profit headquarters is in Washington, D.C.
Of course it is. There you go.
And Morrissey went there in a Smith song. Back in Farmville, Iowa, Laura arrives at Ben's just as he's taking the on-fire pot roast out of the oven. You can't... It's almost impossible to do that. I don't care how good a drama teacher you are and how shit a cook you are.
You can't.
Like, even Greg Wallace would fucking fail to do that. And he's busy playing fucking, I don't know, Conquest of Kings or whatever he plays. And
although he did set that bloody...
his disabled child.
Oh God, Jesus. But he did set that bloody tea towel on fire. But
he says tea towel on fire.
Doesn't look as if it should have been done.
No,
he kind of shits it.
Luckily, she's bought an apple pie with her. The music in the background is My Girl. And he's like, I'll put on something classical. Like, no, I'm all right with this. My Girl by the Temptations. We might as well, John, because we're never going to do the film My Girl. Although I did promise myself I would avoid any facts about bee allergies and how the corpses of children do not need their glasses.
Not the bees! Not the bees!
Smokey Robinson's song, written for the Temptations in 1964. It made it to number 43 in the UK, but number 1 in the USA.
USA.
And in 2017, the song was selected for preservation in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Cool. Which is easy for me to say before I've had a drink on a Saturday morning. He offers to spot this classical music. She says, anything other than Berlot's Symphonie Fantastique. It's the rape music. She avoids a few of his questions. She's not best trusting. And he's like, where do you come from? New York? Oh, yeah, let's just jab at people from New York. She won't let him touch her either, which is understandable because she's literally only known him like 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. It's a fact, it's a thing. We move to Martin heading to this Oak Rest home where Laura's mother was. Mm-hmm. He's trying to find out if the mother had any visitors to lay her to rest at the same place as her mother. The old girl didn't die there, though. She was discharged and of course she took her home to live with you. And again, the eyes again. Like, the reason he's so annoyed here is because she's absolutely fucked GDPR by giving away all this information. That's why he's so annoyed.
did they go to the private detectives first, or is that still to come?
No, it's still to come.
That's an X.
Yeah,
Fucking hell, because you found out a wee fair bit of yourself.
Yeah. I'll pay you $10,000 and one of your best men $10,000. But actually, I'm better at this than you are.
Yeah.
So save
That's
your
exactly
money.
what I thought. That's exactly
Maybe
what I
you
thought.
just can't be asked. You know what it's like sometimes? You're like, can't be. I'll pay to speed it up.
I'll get
pay
this
gems
out
to
now then.
speed it up.
Well, since we're talking about it, maybe we'll get it just now. But I didn't realise that in the UK there is private detectives. So the average private investigator salary in the UK is 65 grand a year, right? And the most experienced workers make up to 255,000 a year. And I'm like, really?
Is that like Nick Valentine?
I was going to say that. I just imagine these wee gumshoes.
Of course you do. Just the synths. It's been a while now, and Laura, or Sarah Waters, as she's known, bit on the nose, that Waters, considering that she's meant to have drowned, is working as a librarian at the school, thanks to Ben. He says he knows she's not Sarah, as the other day he shouted her and she didn't answer. He can't feel this way about you if he doesn't trust her. And then he walks away. It's like, okay. According to The Guardian and a report in February, John, since 2010, almost 800 local libraries have been closed across the UK, with the loss of 10,000 staff, and many surviving libraries are at best part-time.
Oh.
But that will surely be coming to an end in the next month. Fingers crossed. All this money's just going to turn up for libraries. Why not? Later, Laura calls the care home from a payphone but won't speak. It obviously freaks the old girl out, but she doesn't give a shit. She's been calling and not speaking for months, I assume. It's like harassment.
And taking advantage of the fact that she's corned beef as well by talking.
Yeah, she covers up the phone. I love you, Mom. I love you. What are you doing?
I know.
Like,
speaking to my good ear.
It's your ear trumpet. And this payphone appears to be just outside her house as well.
Aye,
it's a really weird place to put a
Yeah.
payphone on a residential street. This is where Martin sets the private eye on the job for finding Laura.
Yep.
And the next time that we see Laura or Sarah is this 4th of July parade. Ben spots her across the parade route and then nearly gets fucking flattened by all
really
the cars.
does, doesn't he? He just runs through.
He's got a child on his shoulders and he just gives this child to somebody in the crowd.
This is yours. It's as if, sorry, I've had this kid too long here. That's your son.
Absolutely. Here's the child. And then she's like, oh, I see you got rid of that child. It's like, yeah, I've given it to Epstein. It's like, I don't know what's gone on.
No,
I don't know what. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's bad. It's actually a bad bit of the film. He explains he went to New York City once to be an actor, but he failed, so he came back here to be a teacher. Those who can't teach. I think that was the advert.
Exactly.
She came to be closer to her mum, but she's not been because she doesn't think it's safe. We head to see Mum now, who's crochet in this old people's home, and behind her stood Martin just looking brooding. Laura gets home in the dark, and as she hangs a coat up, there's this jump scare of a person banging on the door. It's Ben. There's something he wants her to see. They head to the theatre at the college, and he basically raises the lights and covers her in fake snow. Not the asbestos stuff, I hope, that killed so many people in the 50s. And then we get a montage of her trying on stage clothes to Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison.
Yep.
Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison, 1967. I love this, by the way. Get this for a fact of the episode. Because of a contract he signed with Bang Records without legal advice, Morrison states he's never received any royalties for writing or recording the song.
Wow.
The contract made him liable for virtually all recording expenses incurred for all of his Bang Records recordings before royalties would be paid. I mean, come on, sunshine. Massive. Gold in Denmark, Italy and España. Platinum here, the US, and 6 times platinum, John, in New Zealand prison.
Wow, Jesus.
That's absolutely... Yeah, but I think you only have to sell 12 copies to a sheet.
On one flying doctor.
Apparently it was also 18th on the US Billboard Hot Ringtones chart in 2006.
Fuck off.
What a coup. Would that have been polyphonic, do you think, or mono?
Aye, definitely. Or manual. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Man, we've got to do the first one before we do the second one, haven't we?
True. Yeah.
We then get a montage. No, so this montage, by the way, there's not enough song for the full montage. 2 minutes of it is just her trying on hats.
Aye. Yeah.
It's
That's it's padding. It's literally just padding.
Yeah, no pork pie hat, sadly. Very disappointed. He gets fed up with hats and puts on Run Around Sue by Dion. 1961 song, 11 in the UK, 2 in Australia, and topped the charts in the US and Canada A.
Do you know where that song, every time I hear that song, the first thing I think about is, remember The Wanderers?
I do, yeah.
So see the bit of the fight at the end, before they're playing American football, and that song's on, and then
is it really?
The ball goes out of play, and one of the Ducky Boys puts his foot on it. I love that song, man.
Oh, man, I need
Such
to
a
watch
good
that
film.
again. I've seen it since I was a kid.
I thought the dad in it hit a man with another man, but I don't think it's that film now. Remember that picture went up? A man hitting a man with another man. It's basically just a big guy holding a guy with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
I used to think it was The Wanderers, but I'll need to check it.
Something else.
But I remember
Listeners,
the dad at the end is a bastard.
help us with that.
Aye, please.
Help us with whatever that fucking is.
What man hit a man with another man? That's what.
Stop saying man.
All right, man.
They dance to it. At the end, they smooch, and as they're getting more down to it, she pushes him off. Outside, she finally admits that she was married, but that she's glad he's here. They cuddle on the outside swing. Next scene, they're giving Laura a Martin moustache. And he says, even your mother wouldn't recognise you. Because she's fucking blind.
I know.
I mean,
Sake, man.
In this wig and baseball cap, she looks like Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street. Her mum recognises her because she sings the Mockingbird song. She explains that she left Martin and is bumping uglies with a penniless teacher that can't sing and burns dinner. Or something. Out in the corridor, Martin's drinking from this water fountain. He even drinks ominously.
I know.
Like, literally, the water is just flowing into his mouth out of this water fountain. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Bum, 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 bum. He chats up some worker in the corridor. By the way, she is wanting that. She's wanting a moustache ride.
Some tash into
she is fucking desperate to be held down by this guy.
Some tash on tash acting.
Like, it's phenomenal flirting acting by this actor. She's great.
She's good.
I hope she went on to do many things. He wants. Now, I couldn't quite get this. So he's got there's a family member or a friend of the family that comes to visit, but they've had a falling out.
Yeah.
So he wants to get a message to them, but he doesn't want them to know. It's very fucking,
isn't it? It's like,
but if she didn't really want to fuck him quite as much as she does, she might not have fallen for this.
Exactly. That would have happened. But
it's the eyes. He gives good eyes, doesn't he?
Oh, he's got the eyes, hasn't he? Fuck aye.
He leaves her his name and number and then heads into the room. And the old girl gives it to Jane. Oh, Jane. And that's all the proof he needs. But there's like 6 or 7 doors into this room. It's like a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Yeah.
Like he goes out of one door and she comes... Because I thought she was having a shit or something. But she's come out of another door from another corridor. And then there's another door for an ensuite. Like, come on.
So I'm assuming Jane must be her friend or something like that then.
No, Jane's the is Jane not the daughter?
No, she's Laura.
No, Jane's Laura. Oh yeah.
And she's also Sarah. So Jane must be, because remember when she phoned her.
She does. Yeah, there's somebody in the back. Yeah, somebody in the back.
So that's clever old bastard that she is. Or
He
maybe,
goes for a
or maybe she
further
got rank, or maybe she just got the name rank.
Yeah, this is bad acting. He has another drink. How thirsty is he? He's like one of the aliens in The Faculty, isn't he?
Exactly, aye.
Previous episode.
Standing in the rain, yeah.
But it's being used by Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street. Laura leaves, and as he's about
after hitting it though.
Oh yeah, so what happens here? Like
That's
all
so
of a sudden, like she's tampered with it or something, and he goes to drink out of it, and it just whacks him
right in the face.
Whacks him in the bad eyes.
Raging, isn't he?
Absolutely. Oh, he's not happy. Laura leaves. He's about to leave. The admissions clerk says she was visited by a young man with a cute moustache. He runs out, doesn't he? He runs out. There's like 3 people in this thing. Where's she gone?
I know, because it's a big D in it. A big
yeah,
D.
She's the big D. He heads to see the old girl and claims to be a cop, saying that the husband is in the area wanting to kill her. This man, by the way, I was like, I recognise her from something, and then I realised I thought it was Tony Hart, the old kids' TV artist.
The old with morph in his pocket.
Yeah.
Is that a morph in your pocket? You just glad to see me.
It's Chaz.
Oh, aye, Chaz, fucking evil bastard.
He feeds her some dinner and then grabs this pillow, but not before she gives up where the drama teacher works and lives.
Right.
Old people are a fucking drain, aren't they?
They're a liability. I hate to say
Absolutely.
it. We're going to be one at some point. But...
No, mate, I'm going to die in my middle ages. It's fine. He's about to smother her with this pillow, and this nurse comes in. And he's like, "There you are. You're all comfortable now."
Oh, you lucky old bass.
At the college, next day, this teacher gets into his car. This is hilarious, by the way.
No, it really
And
is.
in the back seat is Martin. He grabs him, choking him, puts a gun to his face. "Where's my wife?" He's like, "You've got the wrong person. I live with another man." And he's like, "Not a word, or you and your gentleman friend are going to be dead or something." Punches him out and just walks away.
Aye.
That's a fucking hate crime, That's unacceptable behaviour.
Martin's not a nice person, man.
He's not a nice person, but man, that moustache. In the drama studio, Ben's doing this fucking Dead Poets Society acting thing. And the kids are looking at him like he's fucking Michelle Pfeiffer in that Coolio film. Oh, I fucking hated this bit. I'm watching it going, go back to the nasty man.
Don't play this game.
Yeah. He leaves in his little fucking zoomy sports car and Martin follows him. At this carnival, Ben and Laura are having a time, all whilst being watched in slow motion by Martin.
Yeah.
Like, very, very slow motion, unnecessary slow motion stuff.
I actually thought that was a thing. That carnival, the Claude Pills, but
yes,
turns it every time I put it in, someone comes up this film.
Yeah, and do you know why? Because it's named after the producer.
Oh, that'd be why there.
It's named after the producer. Yeah, absolutely. It's named after the producer. They're on the big wheel. Now, he's trying to look menacing at them, looking up onto the big wheel, right? Mm-hmm. And the first thing I learned at college was perspective. You can't look menacing with a camera above you.
Aye.
We've all seen fucking Time Bandits.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? Doesn't work. Ben and Laura head home. She heads to hers for 10 minutes to freshen up. And the next shot, she's in the bath.
Yeah.
10 minutes? It takes me longer than that to run a bath. Especially now we haven't got one. I have to go somewhere to someone else's house and run one.
Oh, there's 5 minutes to break in, 5 minutes to run the bloody bath.
Yes, yeah. Find the matey.
Exactly. Get some Vosine on the heat.
Jesus Christ. Some carbolics.
Pubolic, remember that? You use pubolic soap? Fuck off.
She spots the towels have been rearranged and heads into the kitchen. But the cupboard looks like I've put the shopping away, thankfully. Yeah. Phew. She heads into the hall and she hears a window clattering and screams, and there's a shadow behind her. But again, it's just Ben again.
I know he's a
creeping around
creepy
in the
fucking
shadows.
bastard, isn't he? A creep.
They have a wee walk around. I don't really know what goes on here. And then she heads back in. In the house, the bath is overflowing, which can mean only one thing. Cadbury's Flake advert.
What lies beneath? Harrison Ford is about. He's going to drown you.
Oh, mate! Right, listeners, behind the fucking candelabra here. I watched What Lies Beneath last week, John. Right?
Oh, did you?
Thinking I'll watch it and I'll make some notes and we'll do it as an episode in the future. It is not an episode. No. Nothing happens, and it's dog shit.
Ages.
It's so bad.
Ages, aye.
I'm telling you, I didn't kill the woman I was cheating on you with. But I did.
It's a slow burn. It's like that.
No, it's just awful.
He's done one. Is it regarding Henry where he gets something? There's an accident, then loses his memory. It turns out he's an absolute
I'm telling you, I didn't lose my memory. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's like an oboist or something.
Isn't he a prick?
He's awful, isn't he? Like, let's be honest. Harrison Ford's terrible. Yeah, he's not a good actor. Like he's had a couple of iconic roles, and he just doesn't give a fuck. That new Indiana Jones film, it's not good.
Nah,
it's not bad, but it's not good.
Yeah, the brand before it was worse. So
that's true. No, there's only 3 Indiana Jones films, and one of them's terribly racist. But I do still like it.
I know, you can't help it.
Yeah, I do still like that. She must have left the tap running, is all I can assume. She pulls the plug, and then for some reason the fire alarm goes off, right? This fire alarm doesn't sound like a smoke alarm that you would usually hear. It sounds like it's full of...
Somebody's reversing. Me.
I thought it was full of wasps. Fucking hell. The toaster's burning. She unplugs it and smashes the smoke alarm with a broom. I hope she doesn't have another fire. It's like, what is it with these houses? They keep setting them on fire. In with the pot roast, out with the toast.
Exactly. And they're wooden. Every one of the American houses are wooden, isn't it? Fucking hell.
That's right. Spotting the towels in the kitchen have been rearranged, she has a little bit of a stress. If this is her reaction to the 3 fucking towels, then now she's going to get on when she finds out the 3 seashells.
Seashells, aye.
This is going to be fun.
Aye. She'll be able to shit herself with no wiping arse.
She finds the tins have been sorted, including, by the way, massive advert for V8 vegetable juice tinned drinks. I've never had it because it always looks expensive. £2.90 for a litre of it at Tesco, John.
Fuck, no, you're all right.
But you can only drink it if you're going out with a beatnik fucking music drama teacher.
Yep.
That's it. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Just then, the rapey music starts from the stereo and Martin grabs her. As Ben comes to the door, Martin pulls a gun on her, says that he'll kill him. So she opens the door on the snick, doesn't she? Aye. And she's like, "Oh, just leave. I'm tired." Martin tells her that he's nothing, but then Ben just comes fucking hurtling through the door, doesn't he? Puts his shoulder into it and attacks Martin, who throws him against the wall and knocks him out.
Yep.
And like it's a nothing knockout at all. And he's just that's him for the rest of the movie. Laura escapes his grasp and grabs the gun from Martin. She turns it on him. "I love you, Laura. I can't live without you, and I won't let you live without me." She picks up the phone to the popo, and the great line, "Come quickly, I've just killed an intruder."
Oh, so
we get the wide-eyed thing. It's brilliant. She puts the phone down, and she shoots him 3 times. 3 times. She's as bad a shot as Shaun from Shaun of the Dead, isn't she?
Everywhere but the heart.
At no point does she call them shells, disappointingly. Just as she's crying, Martin's still alive. She's that bad a shot. But he's got the gun, he pulls the trigger, and click.
Nothing.
And then he just like, "Oh, fuck it. I guess I better die now.
I better leave now."
I'm going to take this gun, I'm going to shove it up your ass, and I'm going to pull the trigger till it goes click. She heads over to help Ben up. They embrace, and with a close-up on the wedding ring on the floor next to Martin's corpse. The film loses a star here for me because we get this early 90s CGI glint of the wedding ring.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
And I was like, the film, John, est fini.
Done.
And it's shit, but I had a good time with it.
You still like him as a baddie?
Shit. I don't really like the subject matter. I think I would rather have... I don't like it when it's a man on... men on women fucking abuse.
Violence,
I'm all right with it when it's that boy getting a stiletto to the head in fucking Single White Female. That's fucking brilliant, by the way. Or
that's what I was thinking of it. I don't know why I kept thinking of it Single White Female when I was watching this.
Rebecca De Mornay fucking stealing the child in Hand That Rocks a Cradle and all that kind of stuff. You know, that I'm all right with. But yeah, this was a bit... I was kind of like, ooh, yeah, have we... Is this a misjudged decision? Probably. And then Mark, maybe stop referring to the song as the rapey music, which I still didn't do. Still didn't do. Yeah, so that's the film, John. Any other facts for this very small on facts, thin on facts episode?
Yep, so the gun was a Heckler and Glock P9.
All right.
The Mustang...
Sing, Brother Heckler. Sing, Brother Glock. We went to watch Furiosa during the week and it's fucking brilliant.
Oh, is it good?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
It's getting some good reviews. The Mustang that she was driving, right, so there's some confusion here.
Mustang Sally?
At one scene it looks like it was a 1966 Ford Mustang, and then the next
the last
scene
time
it
Ford
like
had a Mustang.
1997. 1967.
1997?
I'm like, what?
Got Mr. Fusion on the back. Where we're going. Where we're going, Martin. We don't need roads. We just need starry eyes or something. I don't know.
Ben mentions, is it Sardis?
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he said he was
so-
waitering at Sardi's. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a restaurant. So Sardi's opened in its current location on the 5th of March 1927. Sardi's was founded by Vincent Sardi Sr. and during its lifetime, Alex Gard drew over 720 caricatures of the stars that have visited the restaurant. So it might be quite plush.
All right, nice one. Cool. Okay, everything.
That's it.
Good. Clam chowder. Chowder.
Clam chowder.
In New England, it's made of bacon, clams, potatoes, onions, and cream. It's like a soup. But in Manhattan, they have red chowder, which is all the same except without the cream and added tomatoes. It's kind of
Right.
like a tomato fish soup. Sounds
A bisque.
fucking
Is it a
horrible.
bisque?
Oh, could be, yeah. Lobster bisque. Yeah. All right, Elaine. Cape Cod is a peninsula on the northeast of Massachusetts. The name Cape Cod was coined in 1602 by Bartholomew Gosnold and is the 9th oldest English place name in the USA.
USA. Barred code.
Teaching hospital we did. A bunch of red roses, a dozen red roses at Tesco, £3. I got all my stuff from Tesco this time.
Did you get your points? Did you get your points?
Yeah, you fucking hope so. 3 years, 7 months, 6 days was mentioned, and I was like, "Is that a space reference? Is that what they say? How long they say they've been together? It's how long she's been away, I think. And I think that is it. Oh, the NME, John, the New Musical Express magazine,
right, I was going to say that.
founded in 1952, and was the music paper that I used to read because Melody Maker was for squares, man.
Yeah.
And on the 14th of November 1952, it created the first UK singles chart, a list of the top 12 best-selling singles at the time.
Cool. Enemy.
There you go. That is everything I have. Oh, based on a 1987 novel of the same name by Nancy Price. But the book, it's not her mum. She's looking after a college professor that's had an accident and becomes disabled and mute.
All right.
There you go. Nancy Price. How many do you think we got, John?
It's not a very high scoring one, this one, so I'm going to go low. 67.
Oh, a little bit higher.
77.
70.
Oh.
70. So, yeah, I mean, come on. It was. I could have probably got more facts about clams, but you know, I just clammed up, John.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, so if you like what we do, listeners, give us a quid and we will give you a shout out. We're going to start insulting people again soon. It's what you're all asking for. For some reason, you all want to be fucking insulted. So I'm going to start doing that at some point when I find some time. Call you a bunch of fucking pricks. Okay, so people that have paid us. Dean, Efkin Dean. Candy and Oodles and Stig and Gadget and Biggie from Modern Escapism podcast. Kieran Corrigan, Jake, lovely Rob Jones, who we had on Records and who we had on Facts, Lies and Rock and Roll this week, just gone. Jenna James, Megan, Dale and Ali, Maria, Paul Parks from SP Film Viewers, Ian McComish, Emily Vince, Nigel Davis, who's doing us some merch for the live show in August, Dan and Gavin Belson, Aaron from Z1 Podcast, who sent us the nicest letter, didn't he?
It was amazing. Yeah,
telling us what an inspiration we'd be.
I was so touched.
Just goes to show how shit Aaron's life is if he thinks we're an inspiration. Sorry, mate. But your podcast is phenomenal. You have a great audio drama. Joe from Hallmark of Greatness. Mono and Kira from Mono Rants at the Boys. The Boys is back this month, so get on that. Ian from Cult Connections, Gav McGill, Josh Wilson, super familiar with the Wilsons, said he said, and you can quote me on this. Never much cared for whatever she's called in this. What's she called?
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, Julia Roberts. That's her name.
Sarah Waters.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, well, yeah, she's got so many fucking names. Why not?
Sarah
Rachel, my lovely wife, and the fantastic, always supportive Phil Fairish. Thank you so much for giving us money, but most importantly, for your constant support throughout. It's been a couple of years now, and the vast majority of you guys have been paying us for that whole couple of years. So keep that up, and eventually we'll make it to Vegas. We'll make it to Vegas, Mr. Watson, won't we? God blimey.
No.
One of these days. No, not at all. Won't even make it to fucking New Vegas for that price. Anyway, anything nice to say to the lovely people?
Yeah, summer's coming. Remember to use protection, and we're trying to get sponsorship, so insert sun protection company's name here.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna, if it was a video, I'd put a cup in front of my mouth and then insert whatever the name is.
What's that Simpsons video?
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys.
That's the one. That's the one. The Dallas Cowboys. Oh,
yeah, protection you could use is a hat. Buy a hat off of us. We've got woolly ones, we've got beanie hats, and we've got trucker caps. They are both fantastic. Get in touch. 15 quid if you want one, and that includes your postage. Right, that's it for another week. We'll be back next week with something. I have a couple of ideas about what that might be, and by the end of the month we'll have covered at least one more of our listeners. Gavin Belson has picked a film for us. We just need to find it. Hunting through the fucking celluloid jungle for something that hasn't been on anything since 1972.
Jesus, I haven't even got my Demonoid account.
Fantastic. He's been John, I've been Planty, and this has been 70 Things We've Learned from Scary Eyes and Sleeping with the Enemy. See ya.
See you guys.